this is Kim coming from This Darn Chick. I'm here today to show you how to do etching on a glass. Okay, so I'm going to be using Armor Etch. Okay, this actually will be what you're going to take to put on your glasses in order to get that really cool etched look. So I've already got my template that's on there. I printed that off from my Cricut, and it's kind of sticky, so basically it's got an adhesive to the back of it. So we're going to go ahead, make sure that this is actually pressed down really, really good. Okay, make sure there's no bubbles, anything else like that on there. Once you get it down there, you're going to want to have gloves on because this Armor Etch is pretty dangerous to be using. So you're going to take your etching cream, and I like to just kind of sit mine down where my template's at and start painting through that area. Now you want to go ahead and you want to put enough in there that it's actually going to take it. It usually takes about 3 minutes, and you're supposed to put a whole lot on. So what you want to do is gently dab each area of where your stencil is at. Put it on here. Make sure it's pretty thick, okay? Because you want to make sure that it doesn't lift, it doesn't do anything that it's supposed to do. So just go ahead, paint over the top of it there. Try to get on as much as you can. You want every surface of where your stencil is to be soaked. Pretty much, you want it really, really thick. Okay. Make sure you get all the edges here. Sometimes, depending on what you're using as a stencil, it's gonna wanna lift the little plastic that's around here. So what I usually do is go ahead and I cut into these corners here to try to get it to lay down because it's not a flat surface anyways. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, and then we're gonna go on to our next. Like I said, just make sure you have enough on there. Everything has to be coated, every little area. And then you're just gonna set that aside, and that's gonna stay there for about 3 minutes. You're gonna go on to your next glass. This one right here has a little bit of a mermaid on it. So it was giving me a time earlier, so hopefully I can get enough of this etching cream on here to kind of get it to just basically just douse it is what you're gonna do. Especially with a larger design like this, because it's gonna have to dry anyways. So we're just gonna go do that. Wherever you see your design, just don't get it past wherever your template's at. So just only get it into this area here, wherever you have your design at. Because you want as much on there as possible. Put it on there. See how this is starting to lift? You see that? So I just kind of push it down and go over top of it here. That's what I was telling you earlier about sometimes your templates, they will lift. So I'm going to just try to put as much on there as possible just to get it down in all the corners without going over onto the actual glass itself. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have this sit anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. Okay. Make sure when you're done with this, put your lid back on it and put it away because, like I said, it's flammable, and but it is a good product, especially if you want that etching. You know, summertime's going to be coming up, springtime's coming up, and you want some really fancy looking wine glasses. So for the beach. So let's go ahead. We're going to let this sit here for 1 to 3 minutes, and then we will be back with it. So we got our etching done. How pretty is this? Can you see that? Yeah. So we got my palm trees here, which is, I'm a palm tree girl, love my palm trees. And then we have a little mermaid. So I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, there we go. You see the little mermaid tail? Okay. So what you're gonna do is afterwards, after you go ahead, you put your stencil on, you go ahead and you put your etching cream on, stays on 1 to 3 minutes, wash it off, take your stencil off, and this is exactly what's revealed. Now, let's say for instance, you're like, okay, well, I love the etching look, but I want a little bit more color. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a Sharpie, you're gonna go over on your glass, and you're just gonna color that over on your glass, okay? Don't worry, it'll come off the glass, but what we wanna do is we wanna try to give that nice little effect, okay? So we just wanna go ahead, kind of cover every bit of it. Even if you go over your stencil, that's okay. Because what we're doing is we're going to be staining this. So we've already got the etch look. So now we're just going through here and just kind of coloring it in. Over here. Make sure that when you etch, you never etch on the inside of these. You'll always etch on the outside, okay? Just because of food consumption. This is just more decoration than anything like that. So, just kind of go over it, and just make sure it's all kind of colored in there. Wherever you can get it at. Then, once you're done, you're gonna wanna go back and you're gonna rinse all this off with warm water, okay? So we're gonna take it over here and take it to the sink, rinse it off with warm water, and I'll be right back. Okay, so check out these tutorials. Right here, we went back with a Sharpie and try to blend it in there a little bit for the little tail. And then this one, which is my favorite one, this is going to be the palm trees. So check out this on my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you guys have a nice night.